All right, we're back. Sorry, that happened very quickly. Allstars 2 against Critical. Greg, what's happening today?
We have a pretty even breakout. Both teams pushing the snake off the break with a support player in the tower. But Critical losing the first player out of the tall tower. So Allstars 2 with the advantage, 5-on-4.
We're wondering where Allstars 1 were, but that's fine. We'll leave it at that for now. Big support from Cape Town on Facebook as well, just so we know. So somebody's saying Cape Town teams give it 110%. Okay.
Always got to represent the hometown.
Yeah. Critical moving up to Snake 2. Snake 1 defending it from Allstars 2 though.
And, not a lot of communication going on in this game. You see a lot of players just kind of looking around, trying to figure out what the next move is. If they could just get a little bit of communication going, they'd have a much easier time doing it.
What do you see? If you see anything, just shout it out.
Yeah, we always say valuable information is good information. So what you're doing, what they're doing, where they are, and what you need.
Right, we got somebody in Snake 50 here, Snake 4, Snake 50. And Allstars 2 is on Snake 3. With his back turned. Absolutely. But we got to keep quiet because he can hear us.
As the Critical player starts to move further and further towards us, he's going to see this player sitting in Snake 3.
He's just giving his position away. They're watching each other. Referee goes in to have a look. He's been called. He's been called.
Okay, so Allstars 2 losing their Snake 3 player.
He's just announcing that he's still there, right? Oh, he's Snake...
Oh. And Critical laying out here on the wire gets another kill out of the snake.
Must be quite cool for a player to know he's taken out 2 players.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing feels better than multiple packs.
Big move down the left-hand side.
And cleaning up the last 2 players of Allstars 2. Great job by the snake side of Critical.
He was doing the most communicating as well, it seemed.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to be. Which, that's a little hole in the system. Typically, the front guy is not the one talking quite as much. Mm-hmm. So, it's funny. He dove into this 50 snake, and we heard some clanging, but he just walked away from the buzzer. So, Allstars 2 throwing the towel, trying to save that time on the clock.
I know it's standing around, but you could sit there all. Okay, that's why the towel rule was put in, because you could just sit and wait all five minutes.
Absolutely.
Okay, what's up next? Sin and Stretch Poison. Interesting names for teams. Are those like nicknames?
I'm not sure. You see a mishmash of team names all over the world, so it's always interesting.
Right, we got a request from Hugo to do a chat with some of the players, so we'll do that next time. All right, Hugo, thanks.
All right, Sin versus Stretch Poison. Stretch Poison pushing wide on the snake side, while Sin making a big secondary move all the way into the snake 3. Still a 5-on-5 game. Sin definitely with the advantage right now in the Snake 3 with a support player in the tower, while all the Stretch Poison players are across the back line. They need to find a little bit of area to a hole in Sin's game plan to start making that push.
Sin's Snake 2-3 player being called out. Ooh. Stretch will have all their players in the field.
Great job by Stretch Poison to get out the most dangerous guy on Sin right now.
Yep.
Stretch Poison playing slow and controlled, really trying to figure out what Sin's doing, making small bumps up the Dorito side right now. And Sin just trying to keep track of that player. They want to find the most dangerous player and just make sure that they don't lose him. Like we said, disappearing is a dangerous thing out here.
We'll move up. Player's just been called in the center. Sin losing another player.
All right. Sin with 3 players left alive and Stretch Poison with 5. So great positions and great body count advantages for Stretch Poison as Sin loses another player out of the center can. Now you can see Stretch Poison really trying to work this snake side.
And Sin going defensive, going backwards.
That's a great move. I love the tactical retreat. I think it's a great move sometimes. Put yourself in a better opportunity, a better position to survive. But Sin's back center getting shot by Stretch Poison Snake side with just one player left alive for Sin.
Bouncing where he is. He's stuck in the middle. Not much he can do now. He's taking a big run out, and he gets it.
Yeah, kind of went out like Rambo there. But it was a solid effort. I understand getting out of that back center. Again, it's a very hard slant on the back center bunker, and you're deep in the field, which means those angles are not in your favor. Stretch Poison still kind of figuring it out that the game's over, but
it's amazing how they don't know that they're all dead.
And that's what we're talking about, that field awareness, understanding that if no one's shooting at you or where the players are coming from, as you say, a kill or a G out of this area, realizing that, okay, that's one less player and knowing the count at the end of the game.
Right. I guess you can't put that up on a scoreboard if somebody goes out. That's not part of the game. Part of the game is being able to watching it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we could do it at some point. We'll have to look into getting little dots on the top of the screen. What do you think?
We actually do that in the U.S. Yeah, sorry, we're a step ahead on our webcast in the U.S. But yeah, we actually do the dots for players alive and players dead. We also have the replays and some slow-mos.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. I've got a little button. We'll have to work out how to do that. So.
Yeah, we have a company called Go Sports that hosts everything. They actually do a wide variety of sports now, and they just got into paintball. So they've done a great job.
Well, I hope you're enjoying our coverage of it. Somebody's saying SA Critical whoop, and everybody's supporting. Who's up next? Critical. See if they can turn this around and win this match. That's all they need to do. Best of two, yes? Two. What is the official
Mercy
term?
two.
Mercy two.
Mercy two. Yeah, it always feels good to say you mercied someone. So.
Right. Okay.
We're aggressive out here.
As opposed to just running the timeout for 3 minutes 40. Is that?
Yeah, okay. Exactly. The other part is there is possibilities for ties as you come out of the preliminary round. So point margin does matter. Points for, points against, and final score does matter. So at the end of the day, you do want more points on the board. And again, that's just kind of a theory to, create a good game, not, a 6-minute 1-point match.
Does time matter if you won with? Okay, we'll talk about that later on. Let's get into the match. Allstars against Critical. Oh, he tried but got a hit. So one down for Critical already.
Allstars.
Sorry, Allstars.
All right, and Allstars 2 filling out on the Snake side again. Great job to fill that hole. Allstars 2 really dedicated to the Snake side. Their back center, their Dorito side can, and their Snake 1 are all watching this one player on Critical laying in the Snake 1 that you see now. The reason being, he's the one that did the most damage last game, right?
Okay.
So they get a little distracted, and they have too many guys doing one job. But that Dorito side is probably the open side right now. Critical making a big push into the 50 Snake, trying to do the same move he did last time, laying out wide off that bunker, trying to find that Snake player on Allstars 2.
Let's just take the little scoreboard out so you can see who he's playing against. There we go.
All right.
You can see who he's up against.
You can see that Snake 1 player. He called out the Snake 50 was hot.
And he got him.
Great job by Critical.
Now he's asking if there's anybody else around.
Great, communicating with his team, working his way, using his advantage on the outside of his bunker. And a really aggressive move here, crawling onto Allstars' side of the field.
Allstars have that one player sort of blocking, but he could ghost his way up if he wanted to.
Absolutely, and he'll realize that as the pressure comes off, he'll probably start to look around. Yep, you'll see him starting to work his way out, trying to find those last players. And in the meantime, Critical pushing onto Allstar side of the field on the Dorito side as well. And a big counterpunch by Allstars, but sacrifices himself. So just 2 players left alive for the Allstars, the back center and the Dorito side can, with Critical on their side of the field on both sides, the Snake and the Dorito side, as well as coming through the center.
And you got a hit coming through the center.
Just getting picked off coming through.
1 versus 2 at the moment.
2 versus 2.
2 versus 2.
Critical has a player in Great move. Now we have a 2-on-1 situation. So Critical in All-Star Snake 2. There it is. And they close it out. Great job by Critical.
Took advantage while the referee was having a look at the play. Is that part of the game?
Absolutely part of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, you hope that it's not he's going to bunker someone while the ref's checking him, because then the ref's getting it too. But it does happen. It's part of the game. You take advantage where you can.
Watch the refs are very careful. They know they're going to get hit at some point.
Yeah, absolutely, and it hurts more as a ref because there's no adrenaline.
We'll try and get ourselves a player or two now. See a couple standing behind us. So Greg, you just watch the field here, Salon?
Can do.